Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well this morning. I'm just heading into Vancouver, and yeah, I'm hands-free, don't worry. But I figured, hey, I would give my update because I just finished watching, today's mission on the One Funnel Away Challenge. Again, we're still in Belief Week here, which is awesome. There's just tons of energy, really just the whole team, mainly just Russell and Stephen Larson, building up some serious belief in ourselves and really focusing on that. So, last night I had to sit down and kind of work through Mission 1's worksheet, which was really about, figuring out the fears, the places that you're struggling with, and I guess, one of my fears over the last years has really been this whole going live thing, hence why I'm, just pedal to the metal, starting to do these kind of lives, because I really just want to get out there and, get good practice at this. So the whole exercise last night was really about building that list of kind of fears, like what's holding me back and what's, preventing me from really reaching reaching my goals and doing the stuff that needs to be done. A great saying that Stephen brought up that, I follow a lot too is the obstacle is the way. Whenever something's kind of like, preventing you from accomplishing, your goal or the next step, usually the right course of action is to go straight through it. The obstacle is the way. It's a great book as well, called exactly that, which highlights the whole piece and the success of doing that kind of thing. So it's really good. It's something that, you really got to start to ingrain in yourself where, whenever that obstacle kind of presents itself, you just got to go for it and try and break it down or get over top of it or go around it. Whatever it is, that's the direction you have to go in. So, for me, a lot of times was this video stuff, it's a big obstacle. It was, get out there, put your face out there, get practice going live. And so that's what I'm doing, really trying to face those fears and break them down to build, again, a better entrepreneur out of myself. So that's what it was about. This morning I dove in, so I caught up on some of the challenge pieces last night. I watched Russell's funnel hacking live presentation on the One Funnel Away Challenge, and where he talked about a lot of his fears and failure. And I guess that's what day 2 is about, is really about failures. We all suck at something and have all failed miserably many times. And the main core message that I got out of all these things and what Stephen Larson came back and really hammered home was that it's our failures and our big screw ups is where we learn the most, and it's where we can bring authenticity to our experience and to our sales message and to what we're putting out there into the world, because it's really everybody's fails somewhere. So it's really about taking that failure and learning from it and building upon it. That's really the ultimate goal. That's the way you kind of succeed through this, because failure is inevitable. Russell went through so many of his failures, from all the different companies that he struggled with, the ups and downs, losing $200,000, owing the tax man thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars. I've been there. I've been in that same place where the money runs out and the bills remain, and you just have to figure out ways to solve that. It's another thing that Stephen touches on is the whole resourcefulness. You really have to just kind of find it within yourself and realize that, abundance is the norm, and there's resources all around you. But really it takes sometimes failure to find those resources and to gather that energy to really, find the solution. So, the whole message is we got to embrace the failure, learn from the failure, and then push through it. It's a huge mental challenge, but that's what it takes to make it in entrepreneurship nowadays. So that was the message that Stephen was putting out there. It's really good. So far the challenge is awesome. I'm learning lots already. I've seen a few of these videos and this message as I've read both the .com Secrets book, the Expert Secrets book. I've been consuming a lot of ClickFunnels content, Russell's content, even Stephen's content on his Sales Funnel Radio podcast. So, this is the second time I'm really, or even third time for that matter, gathering this information, and it takes repetition. You got to hear this stuff, internalize it, listen to it again, internalize it, and then start to practice it. So I'm really enjoying Belief Week here, learning lots. I'm really excited to hear, some of the other stories of other entrepreneurs that have been successful through this One Funnel Away challenge, as well as just been successful online with ClickFunnels. So looking forward to that. I'm again going to plug away a little bit more here tonight and dive into some of the news content. It's really nice because I think they're posting most of the next day stuff about 11 p.m. at night, I think. So it's good to dive in and start listening to that stuff, even 1 or 2 times if you can. So again, Belief Week, it's really valuable. These are the cool core entrepreneur skills that you need to focus on. The last little bit that Stephen kind of talked about in his coaching call was really about the process for building courses. And, he talked about, one of his main courses that he built that took him 8 months, and he focused on really building this amazing bulletproof gold-plated course, all for it to flatline when he launched it and really got no response and no sales for that matter. And the interesting component he talked about, which I've already experienced because I did very similar tactics where you dive into the tactical bits of building a funnel without really sitting down and first figuring out the sales message, figuring out the offer, and then building the funnel. He totally flips it on his head. Most people do the opposite. You build a product and then you build the marketing and the sales for it. And really this whole One Funnel Away challenge is about helping us flip that. You start with the sales message, you start with your offer, and then you build the tools to deliver that. So big takeaway. I know they're just kind of planting that seed, but we're going to dive more into that, and I'm really looking forward to that. So thanks for tuning in today. I really appreciate you listening, and I'm going to be doing these updates every day and really trying to go more live. I encourage you to go live too. If you're, have that same fear, by all means, go live in the group. Tell me how you're doing. Tell me what's going on. I want to encourage you guys as well to break down these fears. The more you understand about yourself, the more you can break that apart, build it up, and really, start to build that foundation for entrepreneurial success. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you have a wonderful day. It's turning out to be a beautiful day out here in Vancouver, BC, and looking forward to learning more and diving into this stuff. So thanks again. Looking forward to chatting more with you guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Cheers.